Speaking of Mandalorian, of course, last night, Disney surprised us all. And they dropped Disney Plus earlier than we thought. I was getting ready for bed. Anna and I were laying in bed. I was just playing on my tablet a little bit, getting ready to go to sleep because I wanted to get up early at 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to get Disney Plus and to watch The Mandalorian. And just as we're about to fall asleep, Anne's like on Twitter, she's like, John, they're saying on Twitter that they just dropped Disney Plus. I'm like, no. We ran downstairs, popped it on, watched Mandalorian. It was great. And, you know, some people were worried that there was going to be some technical problems or some crashing when it launched. And there wasn't. No problems whatsoever. But it turns out that might have just been because they surprised everybody with when they dropped it, because this morning came news that there were a lot of people experiencing some quote-unquote technical difficulties with the new service. And this morning, as a matter of fact, you know, there were people putting up, tweeting out. Now, Disney has responded, and they put this out. They said, the consumer demand for Disney Plus has exceeded our high expectations. We are working to quickly resolve the current user issue. We appreciate your patience. You know, there's a part of me, and then, of course, they're sharing some tweets of people having difficulties trying to get onto the service and stuff like that. There's a part of me that is a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, Rob, that wonders if, look, Disney knew this thing was going to have a huge onslaught at first. Maybe that's why they dropped it early, to kind of spread out the initial rush for it. Part of me wonders, did they just orchestrate this service outage to create this huge buzz and story? Maybe, maybe not. But I will tell you this, though, Rob. This morning, Ann and I got up and we decided to, let's explore the Disney Plus interface a little bit. And now the front page for Disney Plus for me this morning works fine, the front page. But the moment we tried to click, you know, near the top, they got Star Wars, Pixar, Marvel, whatever. Whenever I tried to click on one of the main sections, the header would come up and then no content would load.
Right.
We tried it for Star Wars, got the little intro thing with the planet and the shadow of the Star Destroyer coming over, but then it would freeze out. Tried it for Marvel, get all the Marvel characters at the top, it would work and work and work, and it would freeze out. And so even I was experiencing, so I couldn't really get around. Although we did watch that delightful short film that's on there from Pixar called Float. If you haven't watched it yet, jump on Disney Plus and watch it. It's actually rather delightful, and wanted to see it because it's got a Filipino character in it. So there you go. So people were experiencing these problems. Rob, did you have any difficulties last night when you were accessing it for the first time? Have you noticed any problems today, even if you tried it today?
Oh, yes. So last night I went on via the internet, you know, on my computer. No problem at all. I watched The Mandalorian twice, and I probably spent 2 hours exploring it. There are things that they did not tell us about Disney Plus that I was blown away by. First of all, the Star Wars movies are available in 4K, Dolby Vision, and Atmos. This was something they did not announce. By the way, those aren't the only movies that are on 4K, but for anybody who's collecting physical media or knows anything about Star Wars, they've not been available in 4K. The scene with Greedo in the bar in Mos Eisley has been changed yet again. I don't want to say what it is. You can go look at it yourselves. Dumbo, the original Dumbo, has not been altered. And it says, and I could not believe this, it says in the description that Dumbo may contain antiquated cultural, I don't know what the actual terminology they said.
Antiquated is a good word.
Yeah, they said like antiquated cultural term. Basically what it said was, this film might have elements that you might find offensive because of the time it was made. I thought they were going to alter like the scene with the Black Crows. They have not. And I couldn't believe that. And look, that doesn't mean we're going to get Song of the South anytime soon, but they actually have been listening to social media. They have done things that really impressed me. And I love the interface. Dude, when I finished Mandalorian, first of all, when the credits finished, boom, you might like Empire Strikes Back. That popped up. So I just started going through the Star Wars movies. You could scan through them almost instantaneously. The functionality was incredible. I even watched a little bit of Candle Shoe. I watched X-Men, the animated series. I watched Days of Future Past, episode 1, not the whole thing. I was just zinging through it all. And it is, in my mind, a physical media killer. Now, this morning, when I wanted to share it with Elizabeth, I wanted to see if my Amazon Fire Stick, if I could download the app. I could, because it was not available. The Disney Plus app was not available via Amazon, the Fire Stick, last night at 11:30 at night. It was not available.
I was able to get it on Roku.
Okay, it was not available on Amazon, or it might have been before that, but I had read, somebody tweeted to me, try it on Alexa. So I said, please show me this morning, the Disney Plus app. Showed up, downloaded the app, could not get on. I set up my login. I could not get on. Once they allowed me to set up my name and all that, so I was in the app. Could not get anything. And then I got the Pluto and Mickey Mouse on the asteroid. It said this service is unavailable, but I was in the app, just not able to get any content at all, which is not surprising to me because when we were on last night, the world hadn't realized The Mandalorian was available, and now everybody woke up with the expectation that it was on. And by the way, interestingly enough, on the Disney site last night, it was still counting down to their 3 in the morning launch.
Even I was literally watching it on my TV, and I had my tablet. Like, there's still the countdown clock.
So they dropped it. I mean,
little misdirect there.
They dropped it at least 4.5 hours early.
Right.
And I loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was great, but they do need to get these problems fixed because, you know, you want people to have that good first experience and stuff like that, and getting messages like this. Unable to connect, blah, blah, blah. But I'm sure they'll get this worked out fairly quickly. They want it to get worked out quickly. I was impressed with the interface, at least when I was able to use it last night. So let's see how quickly they get these problems solved here. The question now is, guys, have you had a chance to download, get on, and play around a little bit with Disney Plus? If so, were you experiencing some of these service outages and stuff like that? Did you have a perfectly fine experience? What were your experiences with it? Jump down into the comments section below and let me know your thoughts. All right.